Welcome to another Theater of War mission. This is the 4th German mission, and there's actually snow for once in Russia. Well, there's snow always, but you know, well, you know what I mean. But yep, this is the first actually part of winter mission. So, yep, this one if you lose amount of tanks, you will lose, but other than that, you should be fine. Just don't lose tons of tanks. Well, I mean, I can guarantee in every mission,
Sie haben neue Befehle.
if you have tanks, you will lose a couple, but in some missions, you do not want to lose a lot of tanks. Yep. So I get 2 Panzer IIIs and I think 2 Panzer IIs, I think. So I tell these guys, I tell the tanks to go near the top of the hill so they can get some, like, you know, they can shoot downwards toward and give them the infantry support. And I fire the artillery to pin them down because there is some anti-tanks over there. Some anti-tank batteries. So, oh, they could have been all Panzer IVs. Panzer IIIs, whatever. Oh, the front. Oh, I think the front were Panzer IIIs, and the last two tanks were Panzer IVs. Sorry about that. Then the rest are just normal infantry squads. Over here I really want because after I clear out those trenches or bombard them enough,
Die Aufgabe ist
they can just
ausgeführt.
go down the hill and move into the trenches. So I put those guys on top of the hill over here. They're just moving out, and I don't know. And I think I just put all my infantry squads on the top of the hill. And I sent another artillery barrage over there because on the left side I bombarded them first, but the AT on the right side does kind of does become a problem. Not much on the left side because you're on top of the hill and it doesn't really see much. I just sometimes like to do this to see what the action looks down there instead of, you know, looking all the way zoomed up. So, now now the battle is beginning on their way. The tanks up on the right side of the hill, finally up there, and they're starting to fire, but they're beginning to take some. All that one lost on the. I'm gonna guess. On the left side, it lost its treads, or they got blown off. So I tell this guy to rotate because they're gonna bomb because they have heat cells. They're gonna do that, but then over here, one infantry squad is badly cut down the pieces with the Russian artillery or mortars. I can't tell. But thank God my reinforcements came in. They didn't take me that long too. Nah, they're both Panzer IVs and then a Panzer II, I think it said. And now, then these tanks I tell to go in the center. Kind of like, you know, firing from all directions, not except from the back and their side, but you get my idea. And then I think then another infantry squad gets blown up pretty bad. So but thank God I got 2 more full supported infantry divisions. Well, squad, whatever. Alright, so I had to tell these guys to move up. I'm telling them not to assault because I know they'll stop, and then they'll just give the Russian artillery how much ample time to know where they are and just zero in on them. And then I decided to put one squad on the right side, just so when I can get the right side trenches, because those guys are not as hard. It's the left side I'm worried about. That's where most of the guys are. So, like I said, you can lose a couple of tanks, but it's not. You do not want to lose more than like 2, because then it'll be definitely hard. I would not want to lose the Panzer IVs. Those are going to be hard to replace. Well, you know what I mean. Like, it'll be harder without those. Those are the good, best tanks you probably got. Well, before the mission starts, do you have an option to switch out stuff? But I usually just stay with I got. That usually does the job, except for that road to Moscow, because the ones I had there, you know, I had to get that Stug, which really helped, and I didn't lose it. So, Nux artillery. I'm not blowing myself up with my own artillery. That was the Russians' artillery, and that's what I was talking about. I was afraid of that. If I kept more of my infantry still back there, they would just kept blowing them up or keep them too, you know, wide in the open. And yeah, as you see a Russian plane try to take out the tank, but luckily they didn't get the tank. So, yep, everything's beginning to move out now. Artillery still battering them down. Mostly keeping them pinned down. Oh, and I just found out there's a morale level you can do. Like, you can actually have morale, like if an artillery attack did happen, they'll might run because of it, but I might do that on the next mission. I recorded the next mission today, but for some reason, sometimes this happens. I had to do this again with the third mission. It looks like I beat it, but then I went around and it wouldn't end, because I looked around and there was only like a couple tanks, but they were disabled, but it's still considered like the area not cleared. So then I had to restart the mission because I had no tanks left or anything to really destroy it with. So yeah, so I had it good too. I think I took less minimal average casualties, but yeah, I have to re-record it now. It's really stupid. I stopped recording and I went around searching the map for Russians, but apparently I couldn't find any, so I don't know why the mission didn't end, so which is really stupid. And I even looked at my mission objective. They just said take this area, and I did, and then, well, apparently it didn't win, so I have to re-record it. Which is kind of stupid, but yep, a lot of the tanks I sent to the middle are beginning to arrive there, except for that middle one. So they'll keep them down at least with the heat shells and any other tank that decides to come out. This other squad is beginning to make it up to the hill, but this time I decide, well, I don't see much activity near that right trench, so I told them to assault. This other infantry squad, I was just zooming down to see the Germans. All poo. That would have been good, but I lost them. Thank God for reinforcements. Now, over here my tanks start to move, which I kind of understand why. I mean, they're you know, defending, but you know, I like that don't move button, but you know, I'd like them to move if they were being attacked and they knew they couldn't win, but you know, it kind of gets annoying when I don't want them to move, but I don't want to put the don't move button on, you know, so that kind of gets me pissed, but whatever. Nothing bad happening, because sometimes if they go on their own, they'll get some other enemy tank will blow them up. Now soon I'm going to tell these guys just to start assaulting the trenches down there, because when I think there's enough guys battered down or dead from their artillery or in the tanks I put at the top of the hill. But here I'm trying to get my hope there's a fly around me. To get my tank machine gun to mow the rest down, which does I think most of its job, but whatever. Now yeah, you know, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I had them in a perfect position and they move. You know, that really gets me pissed off. You know, I like it how it was, you know, and they move anyway. And well, that one can't move because its shred's blown off. All poo. If I do this, I tell him to do area fire, which kind of just he shoots near that area, or ground attack in some games. And now these guys are beginning to assault the trenches. Moving in. Just zooming up to see to get any closer to the action. the assault over these trenches are doing good, going good. So I tell that guy to attack him, which he's taking a bit to do. And I think they don't get them, but my infantry do. But the bad part is I think most of the infantry I assault now kind of get mowed down, so I have to send another one up, which I think I do. So that's all I got for now. So we're beginning to move into the trenches. There's an AT gun near that position, as I think you can see. There's a little gray empty AT symbol. But yep, I'm moving in now. I'm moving in. That's the guy that's running the trench on that side is he's what was he? He was an anti-rifle, not anti-rifle. I think a recoilless rifle, which I think was used for like it wasn't. I think it was the pretext to a bazooka, but it couldn't really. I mean, it wouldn't blow up a tank, but like it was usually mostly for like disable its treads, or if lucky, I think hit its engines. But it would mostly like to destroy its treads. So we're beginning. I just told him this guy to fire the heat shells because my infantry's moving in now. Yep, and now we're moving in. Yep, he's wounded, but he's still going, and he's bold about it. Now, like I said in my first video, I don't know, there's a combat gear, you know, I don't know what it has to do, you know, and it's kind of confusing. Like when I see the enemies are dead, you know, or my own guys dead, you know, and I don't know if you can pick up other combat gear, you know. But that would kind of help after like one runs out of ammo or something like that. So yeah, these guys are taking the trenches now. So that's good. This Panzer III is taking forever to fire because they're reloading. Yeah, we're finally getting into the trench. So now we're just beginning the. Well, I tell the machine gun guy, the white MG to get him, but he's not really. Which it makes no sense to me, but whatever. He's critically wounded too, but he seems fine to me because he's walking. I thought he fired, but I wasn't know if that was right. It was him, but it was not. But so yeah, the Russians will do a counterattack after I secure everything. They will launch a counterattack. But I do lose a couple tanks, but I still win, which is good. I'm having a hard time. I'm telling this guy just to fire, but he keeps moving, and he always had a clear sight, so I don't know why he kept moving. Now he's moving because he doesn't have a clear sight, but when he did, I don't know why he kept, you know, not shooting. So I tell him, get your pistol, start firing. But a grenade gets him, so I didn't have to worry about that. So I tell him to get in the trench. I'm waiting. I think I have another infantry squad on the hill, and I didn't use them yet, so I'm kind of saving them for another assault. Yeah, I do. I'm just waiting. But then I noticed, like, oh, I can find they're here, so I can just. I decided to move these guys up, but I tell them to assault that trench though. So, at least the guys in the trench I assaulted first will get recovery fire. Yep, and these guys are beginning to move. I moved that guy into that trench. He was one of the squads I think that got blown up pretty bad. And I don't know why he wouldn't fire the whole time, but thank God, because my men were there. So but these three tanks, I think I think that was a good idea. I did that. I put them in the middle. They would usually